Začneme ten druhý segment. Druhý segment sa púšťa, v tom druhom segmente sa iba vylížu nejaké veci. Nie je to League Veta, to musím sa skončiť. Nechať to tak, nezapínať tu fakt zápasy. Ako to nikam nevedie, ako... To nemá zmysel. To ja neviem, na čo to zapínam. Ja z toho mám iba strašnú depresiu. Je úplne jedno, či vyhrám, alebo prehrám, ja z toho depresiu. No nie, že depresiu, mne z toho strašne nevoľno. Zle sa cítim z toho. Takto, zle sa cítim z Ligy kokotov. To znova Midlane je úplný kokot. Zas tam musím non-stop byť s tým kokotom, aby on nemal 10 kg, aby som ho stopol od toho nažierania sa. Oh, fucking, zás Midlane je úplná sračka. Oh my fucking god. Musím bez to zapínať. Ako mám 3 výhry na 0, mal by som sa s tým povedať si, OK, to je dobre, to mi stačí. 3 výhry na 0. Ako to, čo sa stalo z Ligy Retardov, to... Ako ono to bolo vždy zlé, ale to je rok a rok horšie. To je niečo neuveriteľné, čo tí ľudia robia. To je niečo neuveriteľné, čo robia. To je niečo neuveriteľné, čo robia. To je... Ok, ja som z toho úplne, ja sa z toho cítim veľmi, veľmi, veľmi zle. Veľmi, veľmi zle sa z toho cítim. Veľmi, veľmi zle. Veľmi, veľmi zle. Začnem ten druhý segment. Druhý segment sa púšťa, v tom druhom segmente sa iba vylížu nejaké veci. Nie je to League Veta, to musím sa skončiť. Nechať to tak, nezapínať tu fakt zápasy. Ako to nikam nevedie, ako... To nemá zmysel. To ja neviem, na čo to zapínam. Ja z toho mám iba strašnú depresiu. Je úplne jedno, či vyhrám, alebo prehrám, z toho depresiu. Ja nie, že depresiu, mne z toho strašne nevoľno. Zle sa cítim z toho. Takto, zle sa cítim z Ligy kokotov. To znova Midlane je úplný kokot. Zas tak musím non-stop byť s tým kokotom, aby on nemal 10 kg, aby som ho stopol od toho nažierania sa. Oh, fucking, zás Midlane je úplná sračka. Potrebujem dať ženy. Nechápim, čo robím. Brať to ležerne, dorážať ten trón, povedzme. Ale fakt prestať zapínať Ligu kokotov. No. Čo je to za... To je strašné, ako... Oh shit. Dal som šancu exotike. Nemôžem zapínať ligu kokotov. Ja fakt ani neviem, na čo to zapínam. Ja si silou mocou myslím, že taký rébus, že dokážem nájsť systém, kde budem vyhrávať častejšie zápasy a ľudia nebudú feedovať. Ale ja nedokážem nájsť ten systém. Ten systém neexistuje, pretože tí ľudia lebo sú to ľudia, lebo vlastne sú zdegenerovaná rasa. Proste ja nedokážem povedzme 5 zápasov z 10 mať kokotov, ktorí nebudú feedovať. To je nemožné. Ten systém neexistuje, lebo sú to zdegenerovaní ľudia. Oni feedujú zadarmo, oni feedujú zbytočne, oni to budú raziť. To je... Neviem, na čo to zapínam. To ja neviem. Sa prestať zapínať. O 7 dní to zapnúť, povedzme fixnúť, alebo ja neviem, čo s tým robiť a nezapínať to. Ja nemôžem dávať dokopy s kokockými ľuďmi. To nikam nevedie. Jednoducho to nikam nevedie. Toto by som vymazal, to Golden Apple Pie, to v živote už nebudem potrebovať asi. To je jedno miesto, ako neviem, či sa tak stresovať z jedného miesta. No. Alright. A jednoducho to je... Nejde to, jednoducho to nejde. Dáme napiť pánovi Štolverkovi. Jednoducho to nejde. Som unavený, kvôli tomu sa mi že nechce dávať, ale som extrémne unavený z tých kokotov. Iba napiť pánovi Štolverkovi. Ne, naozaj to... Proste nemôže to zapínať, to nikam nevedie. Ja môžem to zapínať. To nikam nevedie. No predtým som dokázal nájsť systém aspoň. Predtým som pikoval si supporta a mohol som odísť z dola a dokázal som ten systém sfunkčniť. A teraz neexistuje systém, aký by som sfunkčnil. Ten systém jednoducho nie je. Ja už nedokážem nájsť systém, ktorý dokáže tu už není systém, tu už nie sú 2V jednotky, tu už nie je systém, ktorý by dokázal relatívne stabilne niečo fixnúť. Jednoducho, to Liga retardov je proste už, to je o ničom. To už to bola iba, to už je iba jedna šanca ísť duo s kokotom na tope alebo s kokotom dole. Ale to je jedno, duo s kokotom, na ktorého sa môžem spoľahnúť, že nebude primitívny degener. Aj to neviem, či by stačilo. Proste Liga retardov nezapínať. Nezapínať nič, kde potrebujem od ľudí výkony, to je celé. Jednoducho nezapínať nič, kde potrebujem od ľudí výkony. Som zničený, som zdevastovaný, ženy aj nedám. Pravdepodobne som neskutočne unavený, neskutočne sa cítim ako odpad. To nikdy nefixujem. Ľudskú demenciu nefixujem, to je ľudská demencia, to nemám ako fixovať. To je pravdepodobne neliečiteľné. Nedá sa to napraviť, dá sa to vyliečiť. Ja si to vždy ale spravím. Ja si to vždy spôsobím. Vždy začnem zapínať Ligu retardov. A teraz je to ale nereálne už zapínať, ako som povedal. Ako tie zmeny, ktoré spravili, ako ešte táto sezóna je očividne lepšia ako minulá, lebo v tejto sezóne od začiatku vyhrám oveľa viacej zápasov, takže zase o to pokoj. Ale je to strašne útrapné. Strašne útrapné pozerať tých feederov. Vlastne to je... To ja nemám midlana, ktorý bol normálny. A to ja na ten midlane ani nejdem, ja ho tam nechám. Ja tam idem až keď skape. Takže znova, to není, že on skapal kvôli mne. On skapal 1 na 1, ja som tam aj nebol. Proste znova. Znova môj midlane, tupec, skape 1 na 1. Takže znova nejaké kokotiny, vykecávačky, že zomrel kvôli mne, lebo som s ním bol a strácal skúsenosti, nie. On od začiatku zosieral a skapal sám. Lebo je dement. Nevie sa ukludniť na tom ide a v živote sa neukludne. V živote sa neukludne. Lebo sú dementi. Tak sa bohužiaľ neukludne. Sú ľudia. Takzvaní dementní degeneráti. DD. Pokiaľ to budem zapínať, tak je to extrémne na moje triko. Nič, buď sa spamätám, alebo som chuj. Buď sa spamätám, alebo som chuj. sa spamätám, alebo som chuj. Ja neviem, na čo to zapínam. Fakt mi to nedáva zmysel. S chvíľou moc sa snažím rozlúcnúť rebus, áno, je to ťažké. Ale to je... To nie je ťažké, to je... To je... Mimo mojej kontroly. To je doslova mimo mojej kontroly, tí ľudia. To... Ani pingovať im nemá zmysel. Ani hovoriť vám vyšli naspäť, ako nemá zmysel. Oni aj tak urobia to, čo im ich kokocký mozog povie. Ak im kokocký mozog povie nafeeduj, zomri zadarmo, tak zomri zadarmo. Môžeš mu povedať nezomrie, môžeš mu povedať odíď, to je nepodstatné. On zomre. Jednoducho zomre. No jednoducho zomre. Jednoducho zomre. A nezabrániš tomu. Tomu sa zabrániť nedá. To robia všetci do nohy. Všetci do nohy sú sprostí zdegenerovaní feedery. Všetci do nohy. A jednoducho tomu nezabrániš. A môžeš, ja neviem čo robiť, ale nezabrániš to. Proste... Skokoti feedery, bohužiaľ. My spravíme Fallout. Ženy by som spravil, ale nemôžem ich urobiť, lebo je noc. A už som strašne unavený a ja som nešiel spať po obede, no. Ja som nešiel spať, no aj to cítiť. Som úplne finishnutý. Tak som finishnutý, že v takom nastavení, že nemôžem ísť dávať, to znamená, bohužiaľ. Skončil. Môžem vypnúť. Skončil som tu všetko v podstate, tie nevyhnutné veci. No, ideme spraviť Fallout. No jednoducho, tá liga retardov ma strašne devastuje. Ešte som kvôli tej kokote nešiel ani spať. Teraz som si uvedomil, že ešte tu som nerobil ani toto. To sa nedá, to sa nedá. To sa nedá ešte. Čo je to? Fapout 69. Evo. Co je sračka toto? No, išiel som spať, tak teraz som dneska neuveriteľne unavený, ja som unavený. Toto som ešte nespravil. Nič, musím to prestať zapínať toľko kokotov, fakt to musím prestať zapínať, ja som imbecil. Som idiot. To nie je riešenie, to je, no. Ako o týždeň to dáme tomu, ako to papačtaka ešte fixnúť, skončiť tam s výhrou a nejakým spôsobom to, ten účet je extrémne chorý. Ako točil som bol svedkom tam. A to je moja chyba samozrejme. Nechal som kokotový marksmana a tak to je vyzeralo. Úplne neschopný primitív, ktorý nerozumie, že má sa dokopy s týmom a nie tlačiť jednu líniu ako primitívny odpad. A to je nič, to je moja chyba. To je moja chyba, no, to je moja chyba. Moja chyba v prvom rade, že zapínam ligu retardov, to je tá primárna chyba. Že si silou mocou myslím, že nájdem systém, ako stabilne točiť nuláky. Že si myslím, že nájdem systém, ako stabilne točiť nuláky, right? Right. 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 No systém je taký, že som nutený pikovať si kokotskú spodnú líniu, som nutený pikovať si marksmana. Aj keď môžeme sa handrkovať, že top lane funguje. Toto všetko bolo z dola? Toľko zápasov prehral? Wait, what? Nekontroloval som midlane, čo? Som toľko zápasov prehral? Wait, what? Oh fucking god. To neuvěřitelné. Ak sa zle sa cítim a ešte do toho, ako sa cítim, si púšťam ligu retardov. Ja som prehral extra veľa zápasov. 5. Ale to je nie veľa, popravde. Popravde to je nie veľa, 5. Tam to vyzeralo, ako by som prehral 10. 5. Ne, ja som imbecil, To nedáva zmysel. Prečo púšťam tú kokotinu. Proste to nedá zmysel. Co za nevečer. Išiel som spať, extrémne som unavený. V živote normálne nebudú tí ľudia. Ako robiť niečo s ľuďmi, ne. To nie je Liga retardov, to je... Ja sa dám dokopy s ľuďmi, no to... To je ten problém. Dávať sa dokopy s ľuďmi je problém. Vždy bude. Vždy bol, je... Vždy bude. To je extrémne zlé. Bože, nejaký primitív to má. Sáďo. Ako môj zdravotný stav sa extrémne zhoršil. Odkedy som začal púšťať Ligu retardov. Ale extrémne. Ja som tam točil tú hodinu, no to vyťažuje. No. Ja som točil hodinu na Hnitý trón. No.
Hey guys, Naked Vault Roller here, and I want you to sit with this just for a second. Not react, not argue, just sit with an idea that's floating around the community. If Fallout 76 disappeared tomorrow, not server downs, not we'll be back soon, no maintenance period, just gone. How much of Fallout would actually disappear with it? That doesn't mean the actual revenue that went into creating the game Doesn't mean the actual revenue that went into having Fallout first coming from you guys. Talking about the content, the scoreboard, all the stuff that makes Fallout 76 what it is today. Because right now there's a conversation happening that treats Fallout like it's a math problem, and as we all know, Fallout has never been about math, especially Fallout 76. It's been about the players of Fallout, the Fallout community, all of us as a whole. All right, I know you guys are saying, shut up, Naked. Let's get to the point. And here's what people are actually saying. Fallout 5 is taking too long to get to the player base. And while Bethesda is focusing on Elder Scrolls 6, the industry is moving way too slow, and players are getting tired of waiting. So this idea pops up, and you've probably seen it before. Bethesda should abandon Fallout 76, move those resources over, and speed up Fallout 5. And I want to be clear right up front with you guys, this idea doesn't come from hate, it doesn't come from stupidity, it comes from frustration. People miss single-player Fallout, hell, I miss single-player Fallout. And those single-player players who like to play in a single-player game want something new. Players want to feel like the franchise is moving forward. Heck, I want to see the franchise move forward. And that feeling, I believe, is valid. And the conclusion, well, that's where it falls apart. Because here's the things that people skip. Bethesda doesn't build games like a single assembly line. Fallout 76 isn't being made by the same exact people who would suddenly stop what they're doing and start hammering out Fallout 5 tomorrow. The game is a live service. This is long-term support. This is sustained development. And the dichotomy is different pipelines, different disciplines, different timelines. You don't just shut down Fallout 76 and suddenly Fallout 5 starts rendering faster like you just cleaned RAM. That's definitely not how development works. It's like yelling at your car because your plane ticket is expensive. It feels good, but it does nothing. Killing what exists today doesn't magically make the future arrive faster. You don't turn the lights off in your house to prove you want solar panels. You keep things running while the next thing is being built. And Fallout 76 is what's running right now. And let me pause right here for just a second because this matters. If you're still watching at this point, you're not doom scrolling. You're not here for a hot take. You're not looking for someone to scream Bethesda's bad into a microphone. You're here because you actually care about where Fallout goes. And that's already put you into a smaller group than you actually think. And that's what my channel is for. I'm not here to manufacture outrage. I'm not here to pretend every update is the end of the world, even though we've probably thought that once or twice. I'm here to talk about Fallout the way players actually experience the game, with context, hopefully some logic, and with respect for the people that actually show up. So yeah, I'll actually say it straight. If you want Fallout talked about like it matters, you should already be subscribed to the channel. Not because I asked nicely, but because this conversation doesn't work without people actually giving a damn. Alright, I said let's keep going. Okay, here's the real flaw in the abandoned Fallout 76 argument. It treats Fallout like a product timeline instead of a living ecosystem. Fallout 5 isn't late because Fallout 76 exists. Fallout 5 is late because it's a massive next-generation RPG that has to be ready. Technically, creatively, structurally, it has to be perfect. And you can't rush that by sacrificing the present and what Bethesda has to offer us today, which is Fallout 76. All that would do is just create a gap. And gaps, my fellow Vault Dwellers, are very dangerous. Because gaps don't build hype, they build disinterest. And Fallout has a lot of momentum going for them right now. And we can wrap it up and put it in a box, but it's more than just a multiplayer Fallout. It's the only Fallout where the culture belongs to the players. It's where new players learn about the game, not just from tooltips, they learn them from other players. It's where someone drops ammo without being asked. It's where a high level fast travels just to help out. It's where camps turn into landmarks. It's where events turn into habits. You log in not just to play, you log in to check on things. And that, my friend, doesn't come from design documents. It doesn't come from trailers. It comes from people choosing to stay. And no, a single player Fallout, even a co-op one, doesn't replace that. It does something different. It doesn't necessarily mean different is better. It doesn't necessarily mean that different is worse. Different just means you don't trade one for the other like it's a coupon. And no, this isn't just blind defense of Bethesda. Bethesda deserves criticism just like anybody else when it's earned. In fact, I'm expecting to see it in the comments of this video. But pretending Fallout 76 is some anchor dragging the franchise down ignores reality. A healthy Fallout 76 keeps Fallout alive between releases. It keeps the universe relevant, keeps players invested, and it keeps Fallout in the conversation. And that doesn't deprive us of Fallout 5. In fact, I think it expedites it. Abandoning Fallout 76 wouldn't send a message of focus. It would send a message that communities are disposable. And once players learn that lesson, they don't forget it. Wanting Fallout 5 doesn't make you wrong. Missing single-player Fallout doesn't make you a traitor. And enjoying Fallout 76 doesn't make you a shill. That's not how this works. Somewhere along the way, the internet decided everything has to be a side. You're either for something or against it. You're either coping or you're enlightened. You're either stuck in the past or you're out of touch with reality. And Fallout players somehow caught that disease harder than most. Because now, instead of just liking what you like, you've got to defend it like you're on trial. You say you miss Fallout 3 or New Vegas, and someone else says you're living in nostalgia. You say you enjoy Fallout 76, and someone tells you you're settling, or even worse, you're enabling. Meanwhile, most players are just sitting there thinking, I just like playing Fallout. And that's the part that's getting lost. Most people aren't trying to make a statement. They're not trying to send a message to Bethesda. They're not trying to win an argument on Reddit. They're just logging in after work, or after their kids go to bed, or on a weekend when they finally have time to breathe. Those players just want to play something that's familiar, something that feels like Fallout, something that doesn't ask them to pick a side just to exist. And here's the honest truth, this is where we all need to calm down a little bit. You can want Fallout 5 badly, and still believe Fallout 76 deserves to exist. Those two thoughts are not enemies. Wanting something new doesn't mean you have to burn down what is already here. And enjoying what's already here doesn't mean that you're giving up on the future. And that either or thinking is just not passion. It's impatience pretending to be principled. And I'll even say this with a smile. Some of the loudest voices arguing about Fallout 76 being dead are still watching videos about it today, still commenting about them, still checking patch notes, which is a pretty weird thing to do if you supposedly don't care about it. It's almost like they care. They probably just don't want to admit it, and that's okay. Because caring doesn't always come out clean. Sometimes it comes out frustrated. Sometimes it comes out sarcastic. Sometimes it just comes out as, man, I just want my old Fallout back. And that doesn't make us bad guys. It makes us fans. And being a fan doesn't mean agreeing with everything. It means you stuck around long enough to have your opinion. So what has Fallout 76 actually been for you? What about some of the previous single-player games? Do you play it because it's part of your routine? Is it a comfort game for you? What makes you stand on the Fallout that you currently know? And would you trade any of that for Fallout 5? And I'm hoping that the comment section sounds like people and not a bunch of marketing. Guys, I appreciate you sticking around this long, passionate about the game, obviously. Please make sure to give the video a thumbs up if it was even remotely entertaining. And with all that being said, I'm the Naked Vault Dweller. Love you, bye.
But I don't think anyone will find it, honey. World already had all the monsters in its store.
See what you mean. If that clown shows up around here anytime soon, I'll have me to deal with. So don't you worry, Miss Duchess. I'll take care of you.
Throne and Liberty is a breathtaking contradiction. A MMORPG that dazzles with beauty, but falters under the weight of its own design ironies. It roared onto the MMO scene with over 150,000 concurrent players, proving that a massive audience still craves immersive, responsive virtual worlds. Yet, within a year, the game had lost nearly 90% of its player base. In this video, we'll trace the last embers of hope for Throne and Liberty, a visually stunning MMORPG that even in 2025 remains defined more by its wasted potential than its success. Its designers deserve summa cum laude recognition, and Celestia, the game's world, should be studied as an example of how to craft a rich, immersive virtual environment. From the rolling hills of the Goldenrye pastures just beyond the bustling city of Castleton to the rosy-fingered blue of the nestling ground floor, the ocean expanse of the Moonlight Desert, teeming with opportunistic wildlife, and the forest of the Great Tree, locked in an internal struggle against the relentless Trollfolk, it's a visual odyssey. Each region is its own theater of conflict, painstakingly crafted to be a genuine joy to explore. Every creature feels like a natural expansion of its biome, each a performer on a stage of mesmerizing beauty. Other MMO commentators have rightfully praised the game for its striking visual appeal too.
It's got like a realist. Fucking hell, that is gorgeous. Oh my god.
The most enjoyable moments came from forgetting the main quest existed entirely and simply exploring the open, seamless world. Yet the depth of that appreciation was overcome by a crushing realization. None of it even mattered. Good world design is modal, a living space meant to encourage return visits rather than be abandoned after a level bracket is cleared. This is hardly a new concept for successful MMOs. Early EverQuest encouraged players to revisit starter zones later in the game to grind city guards for experience, while Guild Wars 2 introduced dynamic downscaling to keep older regions relevant for max-level characters, without breaking the logic of its world. Both approaches, while different, solve the same problem. Throne and Liberty does neither. You level so quickly that most early zones, despite their masterful presentation, pass by in a blur. Returning to earlier zones after outleveling them feels mechanically discouraged. The player's awareness of greater rewards elsewhere undermines any sense of purpose in going back. Even the game's fantastic open-world group dungeons, brilliantly designed and another painful reminder of their wasted potential, are largely abandoned by the community, with extremely few exceptions. Not because they aren't fun, but because the various progression systems are completely divorced from the logic of the world itself. We'll explore the details later, but it's clear that two conflicting design philosophies were battling during development. One aimed at crafting a deeply engaging virtual world, and another driven by analytics, some MBA with a spreadsheet optimizing player retention. It's this disconnect, this fundamental divorce in design intent, that ultimately led me to stop playing and largely explains why the player population has plummeted since release. Beyond its renowned level design, the game also demonstrates remarkable fluidity. Each transition feels seamless and natural. In particular, is Throne and Liberty's morph system. It transforms players into different animals depending on whether they sprint, swim, or fly. The transformation process is delightful and frictionless, far more so than Guild Wars 2, in which you often struggle to select the intended beast to ride. In a charming use of mana, players can learn to polymorph into various creatures, and as they collect more forms, each morph becomes increasingly efficient. However, despite the sheer joy of movement, the efficiency benefits merely shift the goalposts rather than enhance the mechanics or functionality. This is where Guild Wars 2, and even modern World of Warcraft, whose mount system ultimately is a derivative of Guild Wars 2, easily outperform Throne and Liberty. Another unexpected disappointment is the complete absence of underwater swimming. While it's easy to forgive Guild Wars 1 for lacking a jump feature given its age, Throne and Liberty's omission is far less excusable. The inability to dive beneath the surface not only diminishes the swimming morph's potential, but also undermines the sense of realism within its otherwise breathtaking world. It leaves players wondering what other details may be missing from this gorgeous yet curiously limited environment. Furthermore, the morph system replaces what otherwise could be a delightful mount system and forces every player to be functionally a limited druid. If morphs had more abilities or ways with which to play with the world, then this trade-off would be acceptable, but it fails at fully delivering the former while explicitly denying the latter. An adjacent observation is the absence of a true climbing system. For an MMORPG that prides itself on a vast, open, seamless world, players are confined to scaling predetermined, albeit entertaining, hooks that vault them skyward. The result reveals the game's central irony. It invites you to believe in its freedom, even as it chains you to its illusion. Be that as it may, its armor design is faultless. Each material is beautifully realized within the game world, interacting with weather in a naturally elegant way. From the heights of whimsy to grounded simplicity, the equipment adventurers use feels like a natural manifestation of Silicium. In fact, they are so well designed that I wasn't even disappointed when comparing their aesthetics to what's available in the cash shop. A truly free-to-play player can still express themselves with dynamic force available through typical play. However, as of this recording, there remains a baffling omission: a fully realized transmog system. Strangely, while players can selectively alter their equipment's appearance, the feature is so restricted that it feels half-finished despite visually implying otherwise. Much like learning new morphs, you can unlock special transmogs through quests or purchase cosmetics via the cash shop, yet you cannot freely swap appearances with gear you've already earned or crafted. This limitation feels archaic for a modern MMORPG, especially even when Age of Conan, a 20-year-old fun content title in maintenance mode, offers a more flexible system. And since we brought up the cash shop, it's worth briefly reviewing Throne and Liberty's monetization model. Technically speaking, the game is pay to win, in the sense that paying players have a material advantage directly enhanced by the degree to which they fiscally invest into the game. But criticizing here feels like complaining that a sword is sharp. While I prefer subscription-based MMOs that offer equal access to gameplay, I recognize the economic reality that large-scale online worlds require substantial ongoing revenue to remain operational. There's a reason even subscription titles like Final Fantasy XIV and World of Warcraft operate cash shops. To put it in perspective, World of Warcraft once made an estimated $15 million from a single mount, roughly equivalent to 1 million new subscriptions, or 300,000 fully prized box sales. Many smaller MMOs would envy that kind of lifetime revenue. With that context in mind, if you intend to play Throne and Liberty competitively, its various subscriptions are mandatory. Paid bonuses aside, the most glaring restriction for free-to-play players is the inability to access the auction house. There's no player-to-player trading at all, and its entire economy is gated behind premium currency. Black Desert Online may limit direct trade too, but at least it allows every player, subscribed or not, to participate freely in its central market. To be fair, like Albion Online, Throne and Liberty offers temporary premium status as players advance through certain story milestones, and I never felt disadvantaged during PvE content as a free player. Over 30 hours of solid gameplay for nothing more than the cost of electricity and basic wear and tear feels more than a fair trade. For most casual MMO players, I wasn't particularly alarmed by its monetization model, but if you plan to make Throne and Liberty your primary MMORPG, be prepared to match your ambition to your wallet. Still, money aside, Throne and Liberty knows how to make a first impression. It's one of the most gripping and visually striking onboarding experiences I've ever encountered in any MMO. Immediately following the remarkable accessibility-sensitive technical onboarding, a surprisingly useful cinematic plays. What's narratively impressive is that every moment has a purpose. Elemental orbs later become key story items. Golems appear in castle defenses. It also introduces the newest weapon type, the orb, that blends range management and area denial. For both new and returning players, this opening sequence sets the tone beautifully. One of Throne and Liberty's strongest offerings is how seamlessly it blends cinematic presentation with natural gameplay. Throughout my 30-hour journey, I found myself repeatedly stunned. What I was watching looked like a film, yet it was entirely playable. The experience places the player inside a movie, erasing the traditional divide between cutscene and agency in a way that feels effortlessly immersive. Yet, a word of caution. In the top left corner of the server selection screen, you'll notice a hyper boosting option, highlighted as if it's the recommended choice. Throne and Liberty shines brightest when players band together to overcome open world challenges. But these realms are comparatively empty, and the accelerated leveling pace rushes you through the game so quickly that you start to wonder why the developers spent so much time crafting these stunning zones, or why a leveling system exists at all. Be that as it may, the next cinematic begins, introducing you as Starborn, a title that sounds profound until we all remember that technically everybody is. The comparison to Dragon Age Inquisition's Inker is apt. You're special because the script says so. Perhaps veteran players can clarify, but the opening cinematic introduces what seems to be a major antagonist, one who never reappears during the leveling process. New players may not realize this at first, but her absence becomes increasingly conspicuous. She's either forgotten later or reintroduced forgettably. The character creator, however, redeems this section through both usability and artistry. It's robust, intuitive, and visually responsive. Skin, hair, and cloth reflecting the engine's soft global illumination. This moment perfectly illustrates what I mean when I say the veil between gameplay and cinema is nearly invisible. The user interface is refreshingly minimal for an Eastern MMORPG, and most noteworthy, it briefly introduces a feature that, in my opinion, Throne and Liberty executes better than any MMO I've ever played. Blocking. Most MMOs rely on dice rolls or temporary defensive stances to simulate blocking. Throne and Liberty, however, transforms defense into an active skill, something any martial artist instinctively understands, but few games capture effectively. Each enemy has a unique telegraphed attack, and if you time your response precisely, your counterattack lands with devastating force. It's a simple yet deeply satisfying system. But is it enough to save the MMO? Wading through the damp cave, you feel the darkness closing in. Each step sinking into the pools of mud, scarred by battle. Emerging from the cavern, you're met by a spectral archer, untouchable by your sword. This moment introduces the game's dual weapon system and the flexible approach to character building that defines its combat philosophy. Imagine blending Albion Online, Final Fantasy XIV, and Guild Wars 2 into a single MMO cocktail. The result would taste remarkably like Throne and Liberty. Like Albion Online, you are what you wear. Heavy armor suits tanks. Medium armor serves melee DPS and archers. And cloth empowers healers and mages. Like Final Fantasy XIV, you can theoretically master every weapon combination on a single character. Finally, as in Guild Wars 2, excluding the Elementalist, every character can wield 2 weapons at once. Unfortunately, Throne and Liberty borrows from these great systems without expanding upon them. Instead of refining their ideas, it just echoes them. It's also here that you discover that Throne and Liberty offers both action and tab target camera modes. Ranged playstyles feel more natural with the action setup, while melee combat benefits from the articulation of tab targeting. Both systems feel functional and enjoyable, though overall a touch clunkier than the smooth responsiveness found in other modern MMOs. As you flee the throngs of masquerading undead, the game introduces morphing. One smart design decision in this sequence is the clear visual guidance provided amidst the chaos of battle. This design foresight inspires confidence. It signals that the developers are mindful of the player experience. You're then tasked with combining everything you've learned so far. Yet as your confidence builds, your opponent suddenly transforms into the introductory nemesis. Let's take a look. After choosing your name, you open the door, accompanied by a forceful over-the-shoulder camera transition. This cinematic cue signals key moments in the main story, so pay attention each time it occurs. Even without understanding Korean, the voice acting feels grounded and expressive. The tutorial continues intuitively. It teaches through play. Color-coded dialogue and environmental prompts are natural extensions of the pace of the story. And the world design astonishes. Vast vistas tease your gaze deep into the horizon. Sunlight filters through canopies, textures feel tangible, and the camera captures light as if the player itself were the lens. In what becomes a rarity, even spectacle has substance. The colossal flying whale isn't just environmental flair, but an active world creature that grants buffs to players underneath or riding on top of it. Yet the brilliance of this tutorial only makes what follows more disappointing. Early moments. Lottie's vaulting, the camaraderie of forest battles, the morphin dwarf, and the introduction of your arbitrary companion suggests systems rich with depth, but those ideas rarely mature beyond this opening act. By the time the seamless transition to the mainland closes the tutorial, Throne and Liberty has already delivered its finest hour, a world that begins in wonder only to settle into imitation, echoing MMOs whose systems are deeper, richer, and more engaging. Introductions in MMOs should function like appetizers, enticing previews that showcase the game's core mechanics before deeper exploration. But in Throne and Liberty's case, the appetizer becomes the main course, and dessert too. As the story unfolds, new systems appear, yet few truly change how you engage with the world itself. Mastery offers statistical boosts without granting new tools. Artifacts rhyme with Guild Wars 2's runes, but serve more as gatekeepers than cauldrons of experimentation. And the rune book presents choice in name only, a mere echo of Diablo 2's rune words. Even gear enhancement, reminiscent of Conquer Online's item leveling system, loses its spirit. Active and passive skills follow the same logic. They grow stronger, not broader. To its credit, skill specialization allows modest experimentation. Damage conversions, single target to AoE swaps, and debuff options. But Guild Wars 1 reached that level of flexibility before its prologue was even over. A strange irony, considering both MMOs share the same publisher. The result is a world of breathtaking beauty with no mechanical imagination. A spreadsheet masquerading as an MMO. To understand why Throne and Liberty feels so conflicted, we have to remember its lineage. The long and winding development of Throne and Liberty, originally announced in 2011 as Lineage Eternal, then later rebranded as Project TL, reveals much about why the game looks spectacular, yet feels hollow. Its story also fails to distinguish itself. While I find the inclusion of a single-player style main quest in an MMO misguided, one could fairly argue that Throne and Liberty's campaign at least commands visual attention. The problem is that it lacks an emotional anchor. Paolo Sasco, quest director at CD Projekt Red, once warned of the fire and ember trap. Stories that burn bright with spectacle, yet leave no warmth behind. Throne and Liberty's narrative exemplifies that pitfall. Its design contradictions run deeper still. Both open-world and instance dungeons rely on a special currency to claim loot. Because leveling to 55 is trivial through the main story alone, experience gains are meaningless, and efficiency dictates player behavior. Communities quickly identify optimal farming zones, leaving most of the world deserted. In one dungeon group, I was politely told not to fight. Attacking would waste our shared currency. It's a fascinating but dispiriting display of the Praetor principle. 20% of the world, absorbing 80% of its activity. The tragedy is that Throne and Liberty systems are designed to encourage exploration, yet its progression model selects the opposite. Throne and Liberty stands as a cautionary tale, a game that reaches for greatness and grasps only contradiction. If the developers reinvest in its core systems to foster genuine emergent gameplay, expand mechanically interesting builds and movement morphs, and fix the current currency bias that limits organic progression, then Throne and Liberty could become a beloved MMORPG worthy of its lineage. Perhaps one day, its contradiction will become its redemption. But for now, it remains a superficially stunning title whose mechanical depth scarcely rivals 3 searing Guild Wars 1. In fact, I think I'll go play Guild Wars 1 right now. Thanks for watching, and subscribe for more MMO content.
Oh,
Horúco na generálnej prokuratúre. Zorostal zvydaný
Adequate uranium volume extracted and processed. Output quality increased.
Right. No, toto spravím full, máme tým pádom hotový.
Terminated management personnel. Remove this individual from the premises. Adequate uranium volume extracted and processed. Output quality increased. Extraction complete. Extractors must complete cleaning and ventilation process before continuing operation. Please vacate.
Dobre, tak to sme skončili. Pán Štvolka dostal svoju šošovicu. No. Rybu som neodchytil. Aj keď hovoria, že malo byť. Čo sa týka nahnitého trónu, som príliš unavený, príliš rozletený a tak by som to vylizoval. Ako môžem skúsiť urobiť 5 misií ešte na záver, nech to dám na číslo 50. Mám odchytiť tú rybu. Takže to denné misie je hotové. Môžem skúsiť, ale... Problém je... Nič, Ligu Retardov treba prestať zapínať. Ako reálne to treba prestať zapínať za každých okolností. To je... Fuck. Som unavený, ale ešte by som jednoznačne chcem pozrieť. Čo je toto Sean Combs? Čo je Lazarus? Čo je toto? What's going on, huh? Kúpaj konec. Dáme to aspoň hodinu, a už je to hodinu, takže môžeme to zabaliť. 1 hodinový segment. Why not? Why not? Why not? -7. Great stuff. Nič, dole. Máme aspoň toto. Nech to dám na tú 50-ku. Teda poslať do tú Ligu Retardov. Ako tá Liga Retardov nikam nevedie. Ale že fakt, že nikam. Fakt nikam.
Pieces of metal. Use your contract coins here.
Čo tu mám? Paper. Oh, fuck. A tak potom využijeme to aspoň nejaké tieto sáčky.
Someone gathered a giant baseball flower in the dye storage. Incredible! All the giant paintball flowers in the dye storage have been gathered already. Very quick.
Yeah.
This is a list of adventurers who have collected petals so far. Someone gathered a giant paintball flower in the thorn garden! Ah! Lauren, we won't be running out of guys in a while! Ah! It's a list of adventurers who someone gathered a giant paintball flower in the thorn garden! Ah! Ah! All the giant paintball flowers in the thorn garden have been gathered already! Ah! What speed!
To neuveriteľné.
Stop! I think this is enough! Thanks to the adventurers, there are enough pedals! Okay, this is the adventurer who brought the most pedals today!
If you want to use the breeze line, please take the lift. If you're in the resistance, it's free.
Dal skill 70 som dal. Skill damage bol 70. Tak to je zaujímavé.
Hey, have you been to the forest?
Tak to je zaujímavé.
No, I haven't. But you were there not so long ago, right? How was it?
Most of the time, it's so quiet and peaceful. But that all changed.
Tak to je zaujímavé. Tak to je zaujímavé. No, tu sme skončili, môžeme skúsiť jedného líšiaka. Ženy, na ženy nemám náladu, respektíve na ženy som príliš unavený. Extrémne som vyčerpaný. Teoreticky si môžeme dať čipery. A tie globy bolo dobré trošku prelízať. Bolo by dobré teda prelízať. Takže tu mám Magic Evasion, Brucley, čo fajn. Chcem sa zúžitkovať, aj keď tu nemáme rifle. Tu máme tenisky. Nemáme rifle, máme tenisky, ale aj tu sme dali aspoň, že ten skill damage boost na to 70, na to 32. Tu potrebujeme hlavne. Chcel by som vylízať túto vec, ale vidíme, že to jednoducho nie je v kartách. Tu sme v podstate skončili tú svastiku. Nakúpené všetky pentolízače. Tu sme skončili všetko, Pozriem, či nám ešte nejaké resty niekde. Už nám vyhodili tí šmáci? Tak je rýchlo. Tak je rýchlo a vyhodili? Evo. No. Ako ďaleko som doletel. Čo to je za masochizmus? Koľko tu mám? 3 hodiny a niečo? To som posral. To nie je dobré. To asi prepadne. To je 3 hodiny. A 38. To je o 5. To je konec. Ale to je jedno, to prepadne. To je Liga retardov, to je problematická aktivita. Liga retardov, neviem čo spravím. Nemal by som ho spúšťať, to je vo veci. To je tá vec, že by som Ligu retardov spúšťať nemal, lenže sa ľahko povie v týchto depresívnych časoch. No, Liga retardov je čo je, ale ona nejakú tú biedu, ona ma privádza na iné myšlienky, na myšlienky depresie, zle retardovaných, zaostalých, psychicky narušených ľudí, no. Šťastie je to tá voľba, ktorú teda chceme. Šťastie to teda tá voľba nie. Poviem, chcel by to vylízať nejaké ženy, ale ako... Je to frustračné. S tými ženami. Je to frustračné. Je to frustračné s tými ženami, je to frustračné. Takže Dudy nebude používať legendárny prsten, to ich lízeme na 12. Bude to drahé ako hovno, ale nedá sa nič robiť. Dostal som tých 100 miliónov a povedal som, s bossom som sa dohodol, že ak mi dá tých 100 miliónov, tak budem používať ten prsten. Taká bola dohoda. Bude sa používať prsten, pokiaľ dostanem 100 miliónov. Dostal som 100 miliónov. Tým pádom môžeme speňažiť, môžeme spojazniť. No aj. Môžeme teoreticky ešte vylízať nejaké kontakty. Ale... Moc sa do tých kontaktov nechce ich vylizovať. Moc sa mi nechce. Je tu niečo na vyhodenie? Aj čo? Frustračné. To je wisdom sila. What? Wait, tu mám silu. Tu mám wisdom silu, maximalizujú magickú defenzívu. Tu mám tých 5 sily. Stratím 150 života, ale to je OK, I guess. Ale to fixuje tých 5 sily. Čo nerieši moc. Well, like, yeah. Takže ja mám vlastne tú silu tam. Čo nerieši moc, no. Ne, whatever, má. Nie je to zlé, dá sa s tým operovať. Ale...
We have all. I personally guarantee the quality of our goods. Don't forget.
Dá sa s tým operovať, ale...
Strong guild. Hi, welcome to the guild shop.
Stále tomu chýba istý druh sliny.
Bye now. Hi, welcome.
Istý druh sliny. To nemám, to nemôžem dať ani jednu. No. Ah. Damn.
Leave anything with me but your conscience.
To mám 102. Damn.
See you later.
Damn. To sú 12. Ah. Fortified gun and girdle. Damn. Necklace of the underworld. Violent undertow. Damn. Ah. No, nič, nemôžem, čo? Vzal som mi to. Môžem získať tieto veci, čo som. Ako tie tam fixujú, tie tam stoja, ako oni sú. To je zaujímavé. To veľmi zaujímavé. Á, tu máme jasno.
If you want to use the breeze line, please take the lift.
Preto to lústro, lebo tu máme jedno túto.
Free.
Jasno. Jasno. Takže tu sme prerobili veľké hovna. Ten TVC pravdepodobne v živote nedostane do trendu. Right.
Wow, you look quite the professional. I'm sure I've got some contracts worth your time.
Fucking hell, man. Fucking hell, man. Fuck off. Oh.
Can't speak? Read each story and choose one.
To sa nedostane nikdy do trendu. To sme skončili, ten trend skončil. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh my fucking lord, man. Fuck off. Fuck off. With this mojo, man. Fuck off. Fuck off. Oh my fucking lord. Oh my fucking lord. To znamená, tá šiltovka sa dá zmeniť na tú silovú šiltovku. A zmeniť na tú silovú. Čo neviem, či niečo fixne popravde. Silová šiltovka. Fixne niečo silová šiltovka? Jasne. Čisté voďstovke. Bez akéhokoľvek. Mám úplne. Mám čisté voďstovke, bez akéhokoľvek kokockého trejtu. Mám ich úplne upaseky. Čisté voďstovke. Som si povedal, že mám ich upaseky. Som si povedal, že nebudú vylizovať. OK. Proti gustu žiaden šmíkaš. Tak ja som si povedal, čo sa budeme srať. Však je to iba chorá paseka. Budú čisté. Ak sú čisté, srať ich. Budú čisté, tak sú čisté. Tak si nachrechajú praženice. Tu máme život a tu máme život. Kľúčové. Kľúčas. Máme 37 000. No. Dobre, to ostane kvasiť. Asi si otvoríme jeden čipery, alebo čo spravíme. A. Nič, asi pôjdem spať. Asi dneska nebudem nič pozerať. No a nejdem spať. Ako bohužiaľ.
"12 weird signs that your body needs more potassium." This video is for educational purposes only, so do speak with your doctor if you suspect a potassium deficiency. 1. Cramps in the hands. One of the most common signs of a potassium deficiency is cramping in the hands and the fingers. Potassium controls the flow of electrical signals to your muscles.
Fuck off.
So when you don't have enough, the hands can become very tight and cramped. Typing, texting, writing, or gripping objects for too long can often trigger this problem, and potassium can help relieve.
Sa na vás. It's nejaké pitches. Nič, toľko veterov treba prestať zapínať. Normálne idem spať. Normálne to nebudem ani na žraloko. O 4 ráno. A ja zvládam to. Som extrémne unavený, lebo som nešiel spať po obede. Čo úplne vykryštalizovalo všetko. Ako to totálne všetko vykryštalizovalo. Spôsobuje to extrémnu paseku. Že dneska nepôjdem spať o 5, ako som zvyknutý, ale pôjdeme spať okolo 2:30. Takže sa zdvihneme, budeme vysieť takú minútku a ideme do riti. 28. Fuck. Oh, fuck. Assume Zubi. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. Oh, my fucking lord, wow.
Eat. 2. Tiredness after eating. If you often feel tired after eating a meal, it's likely that the food is causing you to have high blood sugars, which then crashes, causing tiredness. Getting more potassium into your body helps to regulate blood sugar and insulin production so that your nerves can make more energy, keeping you awake and alert. Sign number 3, puffy eyes. Waking up with puffy eyes or swelling around your face is also a common sign of low potassium. Potassium helps your kidneys to flush excess fluid out of your body, but when you're not getting enough, fluid can begin accumulating under your skin, especially around the face. Number 4 is constipation. If you often suffer from constipation, you may simply need more potassium and magnesium in your diet from leafy greens. These minerals are important because they help to control the smooth...
Čo je constipation? Čo je potásium? Čo to je za kokotinu? Draslík? Čo je constipation? How dies to... Čo to je? Ona? Ok, to som si myslel.
muscles in your colon, allowing food waste to be pumped through your intestines, which is called peristalsis. Both potassium citrate and magnesium citrate can help to move your bowels, making it easier for stools to pass through when you're using the toilet. 5. Craving salty foods. Frequent cravings for salty snacks like potato chips, salted nuts, or pretzels could be a sign of a potassium deficiency, especially if you crave them when you're feeling stressed or anxious. You see, emotional stress triggers the release of cortisol. This is a hormone that depletes potassium and increases cravings for salty foods. Boosting your intake of potassium-rich foods like avocados, leafy greens, and salmon can help to reduce these cravings by naturally relaxing your body and your nervous system. Sign number 6 is muscle weakness. If your muscles feel tired and weak after walking up a flight of stairs or a hill, or you become extremely fatigued when you've just started to exercise, it's likely that your muscles aren't making enough ATP energy because of a deficiency in potassium or magnesium. You also lose these minerals when you're sweating and working out. The best way to overcome this problem is by using a good quality electrolyte powder mixed with water, but I'll talk more about this later. Leading me on to number 7, hearing your pulse. Potassium keeps your blood vessels very soft and elastic, allowing blood to flow freely through the body. But if you're deficient, you may start to hear a swishing or a throbbing sound of your heartbeat in your ears, especially at night. This is very common after eating meals that are high in salt, MSG, or sugar, as these all cause your blood vessels to tighten, making you hear your own heartbeat. Potassium, on the other hand, helps to improve blood flow and stop this from happening. And this ties into number 8, high blood pressure. High blood pressure is often caused by not having enough potassium, because this mineral keeps the smooth muscles in the arteries soft, allowing the blood to flow freely. When you're stressed out, you eat junk foods or smoke, your arteries can become more narrow, causing higher blood pressure. Potassium, magnesium, and antioxidant-rich foods can all help to lower your blood pressure naturally. Sign 9, urination at night. Waking up often to urinate at night could also sometimes be caused by low potassium levels. When you're deficient in potassium, your body stores excess water and sugar during the day. At night time, your body tries to break down this stored sugar, and this causes a release of water, which leads to more frequent urination. Getting enough potassium can help to balance fluid and sugar balance, reducing those nighttime trips to the bathroom. 10. Fainting or dizziness. When potassium or sodium levels are low, it's harder for your body to circulate blood and oxygen properly to your brain. This can cause you to feel faint or feel dizzy, especially when standing up. It's a very common problem that I've suffered with during flights due to the pressurized in the aircraft, or also after drinking potassium or alcohol, which depletes your potassium mood swings. Another sign of low potassium is feeling very easy mood swings or experiencing mood swings. Potassium helps regulate chemical in your body nervous system. But when you're low, your nerves may become overexcited, causing you to overreact and have less tolerance for stress. Potassium, magnesium, and B vitamins can all help to reduce mood swings. And number 12 is loud stomach growling. When your potassium levels are low, the muscles in your intestines may not contract properly, causing trapped air and fluids to move more noisily through the digestive tract. This can cause a loud stomach growling or a gurgling noise, even when you're not feeling hungry. And one final symptom that I'd like to add to this list is diabetes. People who suffer from diabetes should also consider boosting their potassium intake to at least 5,000 milligrams a day. Potassium is essential for reducing insulin and helping to control your blood sugar levels. I'd suggest consuming at least 2,000 milligrams of potassium.
Oh, fuck off. Poďme spať. Už dneska žiadny seriál, žiadne do 4. do 5. hore. Maximálny život, debuff duration, endurance. I guess. Dobre, môžeme to zabaliť. To môžu vypnúť. Tiež na paseku. Tu pozrieme, či sme niečo predali. Ani hovnomakové, ceny idú dole. It's fine. It's whatever, man. It's fine, it's whatever, man. To, čo sme sa dožili, aj tak chore. Aj, koľko tu máme? Koľko máme záhadu? Záhada už končí. God damn it. Fuck. Fuck. Nič, tak toto ešte spravíme. To ešte spravíme. Tá liga retardom extra vyťažuje. Treba prestať zapínať. Toto spravíme. Nejaký zradca. Ono, všetko to začal Plešinkov odchod. A samozrejme zradcovia, ešte keď boli, neviem, ešte to je zaujímavé, keď boli kokockí zradcovia, v tej som sa ešte necítil takto zle. Ne, neviem. Celé to išlo úplne do hnoja. Celé to išlo úplne do paseky. Jedna hodina. 1 hodinu. Geniálne. It's like whatever, man. No, jasne. Tam nejaké veci, to je OK. No. God damn it. No. Tú ligu ETL treba prehodnotiť. Ako to, že som nútený pikovať si spodnú líniu. Oh my, to je... Oh my fuck. To je extrémne zlé. To je extrémne zlé. Ako to, čoho sme sa dožili, je takisto extrémne zlé. Ale toto bálime. Takže páni, snad sa vidíme zajtra. Snad sa vidíme zajtra. Toto fixujeme potom. Toto uploadíme snad zajtra. Je to zlé, je to zlé, je to zlé. Čo shit, je to zlé. Minus 8 si robíte sračku. I'm fucking kidding me. God, fuck. No nič. Snad sa vidíme, keď stánem.